Ladies and gentlemen, introducing our 2016 California Wrestling Hall of Fame inductee, Dr. Casey Strand. His presenter is his former youth and high school coach, Mr. Corey Salmon. The Strand family boasts a long lineage of wrestlers. While Dr. Casey Strand also played football and baseball from the time he was about 4 or 5 years old, Dr. Strand said he knew he would follow the history of his family and make wrestling his passion. The day that I first saw wrestling, I said, "This is what I want to do." Dr. Strand said it was easy. All three of my older brothers wrestled, so I followed them. I knew wrestling was it, right off the bat. And sure enough, Dr. Strand was right. While in high school at College Park, Dr. Casey Strand was a 4-time DFAL League champion, 3-time North Coast Section champion, 4-time finalist, and a 2-time state CIF champion, 3-time finalist. He had an undefeated senior season record of 68-0 and was awarded the Champion of Champions Awards in 1994. He set the national high school record for career wins with 228. He was also a high school All-American by ASICS, AWN, USA Today, WSA, and USAW. He represented Team USA in the Dapper Dan Classic in Pennsylvania. After high school, Dr. Strand then went on to wrestle for Arizona State University, where he was a 2-time Pac-10 champion, 4-time finalist, and a 2-time Division I All-American, winning 126 matches in college. Furthermore, Dr. Strand's resume was filled with top-level opposition from Olympic gold medalist Brandon Slaya to UFC fighters Mark Munoz and Quentin Rampage Jackson. As you listened and heard, Dr. Strand faced and defeated some of the biggest names in the sport during his college career. And looking back on his College Park career, there are many achievements that Dr. Strand said he considers to be the highlight. But one stands out in particular, breaking the national record for most wins in a high school career. ESPN was there along with some other big news stations at College Park for the league finals where he broke it. After he had won, he had said, "Everyone just picked me up and carried me around the gym. It was really cool." While Dr. Strand no longer wrestles competitively, he is still very much involved in the sport. He serves as a wrestling coach for various UFC stars such as Nick and Nate Diaz. But the coaching Strand said he enjoys the most at Pleasant Hill Wrestling Club, which is open to age groups 5 through 18. "I love it. It's my passion," Dr. Strand says. "Middle school and high school are where you really get to see the kids develop." With Dr. Strand's sons getting older and participating in the sport, Dr. Strand says his involvement in wrestling will only grow. He said he has the sights set on opening a training facility and perhaps even taking on a high school program in the future. In closing, Dr. Strand states, "I'm so honored to even be considered with the group that I am being inducted with. A lot of them are people that I grew up with and was coached by or mentored by along the way. My earliest memories of wrestling involve Coach Chappell, Jamil Kelly. We grew up wrestling together. Dr. Marco Sanchez. We both wrestled for Arizona State, and he was one of my heroes growing up. I got lucky to be around these kinds of people." Well, Dr. Strand, tonight we are lucky to be around you. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, inducted in the 2016 California Wrestling Hall of Fame, Dr. Casey Strand.
Okay. As I'm reaching for my speech here. Okay, good. Well, I just want to say I'm a fan of wrestling, so I look around and I see. Can everybody hear me? Can we hear me now? There we go. I mess that up every once in a while. Okay. Well, I'm here as a fan of wrestling, and I look around tonight and I'm like, wow, I'm so honored to be here because I look around and I see people that are heroes of mine, and it's kind of surreal to see myself, at least even be mentioned with these type of people. I walk in and I see Nancy Schultz. I see Dan Shade. I see, a hero of mine, Marco Sanchez, and I get a little choked up. And then I look over here and I see my man, Hardell Moore, a guy that I grew up idolizing and somebody who I wanted to be like. And all the way from Oklahoma, which is crazy. Okay, he just happened to be here tonight. There's way too many people here to thank, or way too many people here to recognize, because this California is such a special place, especially when it comes to wrestling. And San Jose is a very special place to me because although I didn't grow up here, this was the hotbed of wrestling when I was a kid. And so my coach would bring me down here all the time, and I'd get to walk around and see the Palominos and the Guerreros, and, those guys to me are my idols, people who I looked up to and said, hey, I want to be like that. Because I know, and Coach knows that when I started, I did not I wasn't performing the way I wanted to be, the way I wanted to perform. And we put, Coach and I say we put a lot of time in to get ourselves to that level. And, it took a lot of time. It took a lot of work. I feel bad for Coach in the sense that he had to put up with the kind of stuff that and it wasn't bad, but it was a lot of work and a lot of time. And so if I'm going to thank anybody here tonight, there's going to be a few people that I'm going to thank. And like I said, I'll come around and I'll thank everybody individually tonight because there's so many great people here. I got to start out by thanking my mother, Grace. She's over here. Where's she at? There she is. Okay. She had a actually really hard time getting here tonight. She's having some health issues, but she did tell me there's no way she's going to miss this. And I almost said to myself, hey, don't put your health at risk to come out here and see me. But she said, you know what? And she's always been this way. Her kids are the most important thing to her, and she made herself come out. I want to say, I got to really thank you, Mom. And you followed me around. She got me up I got her up 5, 6 in the morning sometimes to go run, and she'd follow me around with her car. And this is when I was a little kid. I mean, very young. So and as a father now, I could say, man, I don't know if I want my boys waking me up. I want them doing well, but I don't know if I want them waking me up at 5 in the morning to go run. She'd follow me with her car. We'd do a run. We did this every morning for, I got to say 8 years maybe longer, So I really appreciate her. My father couldn't be here for the same thing. He's had some health problems and he couldn't make it today, but these guys spent a lot of money and a lot of time, shipping me around the country or driving me around the country to go work out with the best people or wrestle in the best tournaments. Even when, I didn't believe in myself, they believed in me, and that made a huge difference in my career. So I really want to thank them. And I got to thank the man right next to them, Coach Corey Solomon. He's been this induction to me doesn't really represent just myself, but everybody who's been involved with my wrestling career and my life in general. And Coach has put so much time into not just me, but many kids. I want to say, Coach, 30-plus years, 32 years, I want to say, of coaching and just putting his life into all these people. And there's a ton of them here tonight that have wrestled for us that know that he makes such a big difference in people's lives. I definitely would not be here today without him. So I got to give him a huge thanks. Another one here that's not here tonight that put a lot of time and effort into me and it really took care of me more than he took care of himself was my brother Cliff. And a lot of people around here probably know my brother. A lot of people asked about him tonight, and he couldn't make it tonight, but he did. He spent most of his life trying to make me a better person and a better athlete, and I really want to appreciate it. I wish he was here, but he's doing really good now, and that's all. He's a huge part of why I had any type of success in my life, And so that's the third person or third party I want to thank. 30 seconds? I had a 30-minute speech going on here. No, I'm just kidding. No. That's why at least I didn't even have to pull out my speech because I had about a 30-minute going. Give me 30 seconds. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody. Thank the board. You guys, there's so many wonderful people. I'm going to get a picture with everybody here, at least everybody that wants a picture with me. No. All I can say is thank you, guys. Awesome. Thank you.